My life in Maplewood was like living in a movie. I was the good-looking, wealthy protagonist, but the movie went from the greatest show on earth to the worst of tragedies. I'm Alex Carter, and I'm the kind of rich guy with fast cars and endless parties. My dad, Mr. Rags to Riches Carter, was practically a legend to everyone in my small town and saw me as the prince of a business empire. I absolutely loved the attention and respect I got from everyone in town. That is, until one night when everything changed. I was at one of those big Friday night parties and, playing my usual role as the life of the party. I was surrounded by friends and admirers, basking in the spotlight, when I noticed her. There was this girl sitting alone, lost in her own little world. She seemed so out of place in the chaos going on around her. Maybe that's why I felt drawn to her. And like there was something mysterious that called to me. And just when I was about to walk over, "Hey, Alex, have a drink on me. In fact, let's all toast to the son of the man who made Maplewood the best place on earth. Cheers, everybody!" Yeah, that one drink led to 3 more, and full transparency, turned the rest of the night into a blur. The next morning, I woke up in a luxurious but unfamiliar room while my head was pounding. But then I went from being in pain to being in panic mode. I sat bolt upright when I realized that the girl from the party was also in the room. She was wrapped in a robe and had tears streaming down her face. Glancing around, I saw that my clothes were scattered all over the room, and a wave of dread washed over me. "Hey, what happened last night? How did I get here? Who are you? Why are you crying?"
Seriously? You got drunk last night and you had your way with me.
Hearing those words come out of her mouth was like getting hit with a ton of bricks. Even at my worst, most extreme party animal behavior, I'd never crossed that line with anyone. I couldn't remember a thing after that toast, and it made me sick to my stomach to think that I did such a terrible thing to this beautiful girl. Crap. I'm the one who put those tears in her eyes. I don't remember what I did last night. I'm so sorry. Can you tell me?
No amount of apologizing is going to make it better. My friend couldn't even find me thanks to you and left without me. I was stuck with you all night. I just want to go home.
I didn't even know her name. Would it be stupid for me to ask now? Ugh, yes, of course, you dumb idiot. Go ahead and add insult to injury. But I was desperate to make things right. I awkwardly insisted on driving her home. She reluctantly agreed, but requested I drive her down a back road through a quiet neighborhood to avoid being seen with me. I could tell she was ashamed of being caught in these circumstances, so I complied. As I pulled to the side of the road, I looked at her tear-stained eyes and asked, "So, what are you going to do now? Are you going to report me?"
I don't know yet. I need some time to think. Just drop me off here at this corner and don't contact me anymore. I don't even want to think about what happened last night, so don't pester me anymore for details of what happened in that room.
After she exited the limo and power walked down the street, I felt terrible about what I had done to her while I was drunk last night. I mean, I've been drunk before, but never blacked out. It was the first time in years I was sweating buckets about something I had done, especially since I couldn't remember any details, not even her name. Ouch. The rest of my weekend was torture. I couldn't eat, sleep, think properly, or tell anyone about the girl. Not even my best friend, Ethan. "Hey man, you doing okay, Alex? You've been quiet all weekend and it's made me kind of worry about you." "Nah, don't worry about me, Ethan. I just got a lot of things I need to take care of on my own." Little did I realize that back at school on Monday, I'd find an envelope in my locker with photos of me caught in compromising positions with the girl from the party. I figured it was blackmail, but there wasn't a contact or instructions left with the photos. What was I supposed to do with this? I decided then to let Ethan in on the secret. "Look, Ethan, I need your help. Someone is trying to blackmail me with these photos, and I don't know who to turn to." "Whoa, man. Who's this girl in the photos? Do you know her?" "I don't know her name. I only know her from the Friday night party because I got drunk and I can't remember anything I did with her. Will you please help me? Ethan and I started combing through social media and asking people from the party about the girl, but everyone we spoke to either ignored us, got embarrassed, or got scared and ran away. None of which gave us anything to go on and made me think other people might know what led me to having my drunken way with her. As the days passed, the mystery only deepened and my internal torture continued. Driven by desperation, Ethan and I went to Stanford Hospital after someone mentioned seeing the girl from the photos being in the area. At the hospital, we showed the photos to a nurse, who then led us to a room close by and oh my gosh, there she was, lying still and silent on a hospital bed while hooked up to different machines. My heart dropped to my stomach as I took in the sight of her. What happened to this girl?
Her name is Olivia, and she's been in a coma for 3 years after a terrible hit-and-run accident.
I was shocked at the nurse's words. My mind started racing with so many more questions. How could this girl be in a coma for 3 years if she was at the party just weeks ago? Is there a con artist using her identity to get to me? Was she just someone I imagined at the party? Am I having a nightmare that I still need to wake up from? I felt like I was going insane until I noticed that Ethan was just as shocked and confused as I was with this revelation, making me realize Ethan was in the same nightmare I was. The situation was getting dangerously real for both of us. Alex, I think this is way bigger than just unaddressed blackmail. Our desperation for answers led us to look into the reports of hit-and-run accidents. I spent the rest of the day reading article after article to find out the truth about what was going on. But then I came across a still image of the vehicle from a security camera. The blood drained from my face and my hands went cold. I recognized the car in the image. It was my dad's old car that he sold after hitting a deer. I didn't want to believe it was him, but I needed to confront him and get the truth, no matter how much it hurt both of us for me to ask. He was in his home office when I approached him, picture of the article in my hand. Dad, isn't this your old car you sold 3 years ago? I looked into that hit and run. Did you actually hit a girl instead of a deer? My dad's eyes flicked from my face to the photo, then back to me. Before he spoke, he pulled out a contract that will hand his company over to me. His signature was already on the dotted line. Yes, that was my old car, son. It was dark and I didn't see her crossing the road. I panicked and... I'm sorry I kept this secret from you, Alex. I don't know what would happen to me going forward. That being said, if you sign this document and get it to our lawyer, you'll have ownership of the company, and you can do whatever you want with the millions I made us. To be honest, it's kind of a relief now that you know. I was far from relieved. I was devastated when he confessed. I looked up to my dad, the Carter, the one who started it all. Had he been lying about something this big for years? And not only did he keep it a secret from me, but he also had the contingency plan for if he got caught. But with a heavy heart, I turned my dad over to the authorities. Watching him leave in handcuffs was soul-crushing. I was filled with anger, sadness. My only solace was that justice would be served. The next day, I handed the signed document to the lawyer. After everything was signed and sealed, I exited the lawyer's office and saw the girl, who last I saw was in a coma, just strolling down the street. I quickly chased after her for answers. Hey, you! I don't care if you don't want to talk to me ever again. I'm not going to let you just walk away without giving me answers. Why are you here and not in that hospital? Who are you really?
I am Sophia, and the girl in the hospital bed is Olivia, my twin sister.
Wait, twin sister?
I knew people wouldn't believe that the legendary Mr. Carter was involved with a hit-and-run accident. I had to do something, anything, to prove that men in the Carter family weren't as wonderful as everyone thought. So I orchestrated the drunken sleepover to make you think you had your way with me at the party. I hoped you'd get riled up and dig into who I was and find out about Olivia's coma. I figured you would confront your dad about it all. I did what I had to do to get justice for my sister.
Justice? Really? This felt more like revenge. You used me to get to my dad. How could someone frame and blackmail the son of a criminal and call it justice? The son didn't do anything to your sister. He was innocent until you—
Because I knew that your father would have no better option than to hand over his money and business to the son.
Look, I know what my dad did was despicable, but there is no chance I can just walk away from you turning me into collateral damage. If it was all for your sister, as you say, then why would you not come to me honestly instead of manipulating me? Especially if I ended up having my way with you at that party.
Well, since you're now the one with the money and the primary control of Carter Inc., maybe this is a good opportunity to prove you're a better person than your dad.
Before I could respond, Sophia took her copy of the compromising photos out of her bag and tore them up into little pieces and then threw them in a nearby trash bin. She shyly walked back to me. Something was still bothering her deeply.
And you didn't actually have your way with me. My friend and I just took advantage of you being too drunk. You had taken your clothes off thinking there was a pool, so she took some photos with the two of us, helped me bring you to the bedroom, and then I got in that robe and just waited for you to wake up. I know I made a bit of a show crying, and I do regret I dragged you into all this. I wish things didn't involve you at all, let alone getting this hurt, but at least you'll never have to worry about me ever again. I'll take care of my sister, and you'll grow to be the next Carter CEO. Maybe we'll both be happy someday.
And that was it. That was the last time I ever saw Sophia face to face. I donated funds to Olivia's hospital GoFundMe, but I really couldn't trust anyone involved. Even though her methods were extreme, she did it all to get justice for her twin sister. And she did show me the truth about my dad. Whew, Ethan and I are gonna have to go into criminal justice or something. It was kind of fun digging around and finding answers. Certainly don't want to do it with my own life or family again, but maybe I can dig around and find justice for others? Cold case studies sounds like a good fit. What do you think? Be sure to like, subscribe, and tell me what I should do in the comments below.